Recurrence, scene 1, take 1.
And this is from My Road Reel.
Action.
Action. Action.
I'm feeling like I'm gonna make them pay.
I'm standing out here in front of Misty Glen Hospital for the criminally insane, where we've just got word that 4 convicts have escaped. They were last seen wearing orange jumpsuits and are considered very dangerous. If you see these criminals, do not go near them. Dial 911.
The pullback scene was very interesting. Took us about 2.5 hours to film the entire thing. It's probably going to be less than 15 seconds worth of actual screen time.
Labor intensive. We had to make sure that the marks were set for the cameras. We had to make sure that the people were in the right places.
I pushed the couch into the frame, suddenly exploding it under the camera as it backed away to have it in position.
Just impressed because that's, I mean, the movie magic that you don't see. So when you see that final shot, it just changes it when you saw how they got that.
Were there any moments during filming that you were legitimately scared?
Yeah, there were a lot. Almost every scene when there was a crazy person, I was probably a little bit legitimately scared.
Action.
My character in this film would be, I guess, described as the grotesque man. He's got a bit of an oral fixation. He's kind of off the walls, bouncy. I mean, just all over the place with everything, and just really loves things in his mouth. Just gnawing on whatever he can get his hands on.
We just now managed to get our Steadicam equipment. So that's kind of new to us. We didn't have that before. So just being able to do the Steadicams themselves, that's a learning process for us, more so I think than the actors and actresses that are doing this, because they've kind of done it before.
It was kind of challenging since there was no dialogue. That actually kind of intimidated me because it's all just through reactions and facial expressions, so that was a little intimidating.
It was all based on natural reactions, and you didn't know what you were doing until right before.
I grabbed her by the feet, snatched her out of the scene, and just disappeared her under the bed in just one fluid movement. She's and gone.
I went flying into a nightstand, and they just kept dragging me across the floor, but it was fun.
We've had a lot of fun. It's taken a lot of time, but the fun that we've had, that's irreplaceable.
I actually looked up old 1980s criminal hospitals in Georgia and found one that someone had sketched out, and so I used a sketch about probably 3 inches big and painted it.
Well, I've learned a lot about sound and about cameras, which I did not know before.
Of course, with it being horror, audio's a big deal. I've got a good guy, Rodney Carlock, helps me with that more than I can even imagine to tell you guys.
In a film like this where there's no dialogue, audio is pretty much going to have to sell everything. We use full-in in a lot of scenes to help enhance the audio. Footsteps, switching of the clothes, breaking of bones, anything like that made outside of the film and put in there to enhance the audio of what you're actually hearing, because the acoustics when you're actually recording doesn't match. The bedroom scene was probably one of the the best ones with Foley. We wanted them to sound really frantic while they were struggling underneath the bed. So we had Casey flopping around the floor kind of like a fish to emulate the sound of him struggling underneath the bed.
What would you say like one of the most challenging shots?
It's probably going to be the first interior shot with the ladies as we introduce the two main female characters of the film. It was going to be shot in multiple cuts in my mind when I visualized it originally. Once we got on set and started setting up and decided to film it, I believe it was a Saturday morning, about 10 or 11 o'clock. We decided then that it would be a dolly with a pan move, and it would be one continuous shot. I can't honestly tell you how we figured that out or how we came up to that conclusion because it was supposed to be several shots, but it was very, very challenging to get the speed and the timing of it correct. Michael McClendon inspired me. He wrote the film. He's the one that came up with Recurrence. And the fact that now that you've seen the film, you'll understand that it's a recurring situation, that the girls are watching what's happening to them in real life over and over again. Therefore, it's recurring.
To all of our friends, Ozzy, Ozzy, Ozzy!